Part 3 of reading from my book, Ocean of Love. New chapter. I am a daydream of wind. Self, an imaginary lens between the imagined past and an imaginary future. A twirling hologram between the imaginary known world and the limitless, timeless, unknowable unknown. A lens that paints color and light and love. It is not an enemy. I do not exist without you. We are reflections in each other's eyes. You are beautiful beyond measure. I love you. Moonlit dreams slide into long winter morning, still dark. My lamp hovers in the window. My face swims in upside-down shadows. Fingertips find the keys. Eyes find the lines and squiggles. Songs pour from these lines, drenching Main Street with reflections. No one drowns in this love that has no place or time or depth. My husband brings me hot tea. Fingers know how hard to grasp. Mouth knows how to sip the warmth. Lips know how to kiss. Love knows how to love. I have had the privilege to talk and laugh and cry copiously with a few people from the day they are diagnosed until right before they die, all virtually. Reflections slide through liquid mirrors, melodies of love without words, expressed in every word. We are this touching. No one exists alone. Life is this very intimacy, the first and last breath, wind inseparable from wind, without shape or shadow, a ballet of sky in sky. Time collapses when mirrors have no sides, falling into and through each other, lost and found in this very touch. We are these songs, from the first word to the last. Beginnings and endings are words, like life, like love. This symphony of life cannot find itself. It cannot separate itself from the music that it is. The very trying is its apparent movement. Only in the notes that seem separate, sung apart, and together, infinite intervals, infinite sounds, interspersed with silence, does the music appear to hear itself. Can you hear your beautiful voice in this chorus of one? I need your unique song to ricochet rainbows into your eyes and see my colors, which are not mine, flow into this symphony of one, of two, of many, of none. Words dissolve into themselves, leave no shadows, nor echoes, nor waves in this ocean of love that has no water, yet is wet, that has no love, yet is love. Footprint of time, painted with dark in dark, water in water, wet in wet. I was the longing for rainbows and a pocket to hold them. Midnight blossoms, headlights streaming, cloud-drenched hills. What did I long for my entire life? Not knowing I was the longing. It was love, pure and simple. The end to the feeling of edges, of hardness, longing for softness of water flowing through water, currents of warmth flowing through an already sunny day, basking in colors and light, and dark shadows hiding underneath the trees, with wisps of light caressing my face, love caressing my face, life caressing me softly. The knowing of this unfathomable beauty without needing to understand, the knowing of this love which I knew just had to be here, looking for it under every rock, in every song, every word, searching the galaxy for the galaxy. Behind the mirror there were beautiful reflections that I could not see, but felt. This love has no words, yet it is all words. For it is in the eyes that love resides. It is in the wetness of our eyes that reflect love's beauty. You know, when you have just that look with someone, stranger or lover, they know, just for a moment, that life is precious and love is present and there is no separation. And it is all beautiful. Even the sorrow, the pain. Eternity collapses into itself. One look, one heart, one love. It is a peace neither happy nor sad, yet it is not nothing. The heartbeat of love, thrump, thrump, thrump. The imaginary separation of voices in this infinite chorus of love. It may feel that love can separate us or join us, but there is no one to be separate or to feel this love. There is nothing in between, no sides. I am the child, the oldster, the woman, like infinite photographs, snapshots of timelessness, shuffled into a deck with infinite hands, a player piano in an open field, wind dancing. I am intoxicated, gobsmacked with this unknowing that feels like love, like, well, a sublime feeling of edgelessness. We have never been separate. It was in the looking for connections that formed our heart strings. I watch my fingers strum the strings of an instrument so vast that we are its song. We are trembling distant shores on an edgeless sea, sending waves of joy and sorrow reverberating infinitely these messages of love. My heart wears a necklace of homeless songs. Words are sparkling jewels, dancing reflections, constellations of memories that paint the day, and a dark that can never be penetrated with shadows, but lives in its waltz with light. We are the songs of millions, of all the poets that ever were and will ever be. We are every broken heart and every trembling hand reaching out, every smile and every tear, every song that was heard by many and every song that was heard by none. Infinite permutations of lace-winged light dissolve into their own floating patterns. Wordless love melts into its own embrace. When there is no one who flies, and there is no here nor there is simply soaring without the wings of time. Memory slides through ancient dreams of seafarers and oceanographers who could never map this shoreless sea, where stillness was a prize, found to be everywhere and nowhere. Calm are the waves crashing into themselves, a constant kiss of wet in wet, where silence was heard in the fathomless depths, and in the storms of forgotten shadows, rustling through diaries, where words fall through love letters, written as prayers for tomorrows that will never set sail. We are longing, clothed in memories, basking in each other's beautiful sunsets. We are dreams within dreams, wrapped in each other's embrace. Love pirouettes through vacant halls with time's forgotten shadow. Love peers into her reflection as she loosens her hair. Flowing tendrils of emptiness magically fill the empty room and erase the imaginary walls. Her voice reverberates through the mind stream, casting spells of flowing stars, sparkling throughout endless galaxies where there are no magicians outside of this magician's tale. We are its stories, drifting through the pages, falling through images as they slide off the picture book. There are no words to this lullaby of words that paint daydreams and color in this flowing picture book a wondrous forgotten fairy tale, writing and erasing itself. This is a sublime sadness. Maybe give it a French name like tristesse, melancholy without sadness, joy without happiness. There is no enlightenment or love, nor anyone to hold them, nor anyone to hold you, except in this song, a call and answer love song, where we seem to appear, reflections of reflections, starlight, dancing. There are no separate moments, no time, and no things to be permanent or changing, not one, nor two, nor many, nor none, not this, nor that, nor both, nor neither. There is no emptiness or fullness. All separation, all edges, all lines, all parameters are mentally fabricated. Some will say that all things or all thingness arises out of emptiness or nothingness. But there is no source nor God. Life does itself of itself so. And it seems like there is a timeline upon which life dances, and it seems like there is an unchanging person or thing called awareness inside a constantly changing environment of separate things and events, but all that is a story written by the brain using shared learned words, and that is a story as well. All thought paints the story of this and that. The story writes itself, just like this. Wind-tethered night stretches into day. Under the shadows, pools of midnight rippling. Where is my reflection when there is no mirror? How could I hide this love when I have no nakedness to clothe? Where does the song of wind go when the sky has no end? Clouds gather the sweep of day. Sea reflects the dance of wind. In-breath, out-breath. I am a daydream of wind. I was a lonely traveler on a path that had no direction, nor ground, nor goal. Which footsteps were not my own? Who could I follow? Where were the feet? Where were the bones? Where did they go from here? Was there a here? Was there a there? Who was wandering? Who was wondering? Where was the dawn in the dead of night? The stars gave no handhold. The compass began to spin. I began to howl, longing for the clothes of moon. But only echoes bloomed and sank into the measureless horizon, where no one wandered and no one wondered. Skipping stones across the night, ripples never seen nor heard, lost in the beauty of unknowing. Love is this blooming of shadows, exploding into light. Morning waits behind my face, floating in the window. Steam rises, curling, twisting arabesque of light evaporates into its reflection, like time's forgotten shadow. Space flows into itself through an hourglass made of tears. Winter rains murmur songs of yesterdays that were never sung. Syllables left their fingerprints on the rim of the glass when love poured her echo into space. Dawn unfolds her shadows. Drops of morning slide down the glass, now empty of reflections, now empty of night. Still, the morning echoes, marigolds in my tea. Love is lost and found in this hush of words unsaid. We dance on a terrace of winds between the arms of sorrow and joy, an embrace of all tomorrows that will never come, slide through the waters of memory. Tears have no substance in these words that are not wet. Syllables slide into morning, staccato of consonants, overtones of vowels, held gently in our mouths. Breathing out, we kiss rainbows into this watercolor dream. Is there another place or time where shadows lose the light and drift into the darkness that they are, where light loses its shadow and falls into its own shimmering, where darkness and light fall in love? Is this the only dance we will ever know? Light blooming, colors dancing, life wilting, without days or hours or seconds or moments to lose or find. Love has no name, love has no words. It is not contained in shadow and light. It slides through our fingers, pours through our hearts, kisses us deeply into this daydream of love. Adrift in the daydream of night, neither coming nor going, whirlpool of space dissolves into its own centerless spin. Light slides down the shores of memory. River of time slides through the horizon, where never greets forever, ascending ancient tides, descending empty skies, crashing all epiphanies into fathomless seas. Clouds burst. Ideas of love, of touching, of merging, melt into the sidewalk. Echoes streaming, river of vacant footfalls. Was there a woman once who longed for love? Next chapter. This love not sung sings itself. It was my barbed wire necklace that pierced my heart. Blood soaked my shadow as it waltzed with the dark, pouring empty footfalls into a two-step of falling echoes, twirling into a dreamscape of love, soaked shadows, dissolving into light. Time dissolves into the falling of tears. Tears dissolve into air. Air dissolves into space. Space dissolves into a vacancy without proportion or memory. This magic show of infinite proportions explodes into not even nothing. The calliope plays itself. There are no ghostly hands to hold the notes, no mouths to hold the vowels, no hearts to hold this love that never was, nor will ever be. Love, a daydream of infinite heartbreak. It cannot be found or lost. We are this ballet of tears where joy and sorrow merge. There are no words for this love. This love not sung sings itself. Love casts her spell into the shadow of moon, full of forgotten days and imaginary tomorrows. She is the sigh of wind and an ever-clear day, a mirage hovering over the long road ahead. You cannot reach her, you cannot grasp her. She casts no shadow and is too near to be seen. She is your longing and your fear, and the goal no one can attain. She has no center nor edges. She is every letter in this sentence. How many missives did I write to her? Every sigh, every tear, every touch of aloneness sang her name, and every letter came back unopened. I kept looking for a clue inside the envelope, inside my heart, inside the day, inside the love, without a name. She is nothing. There are no things under their names. It seems that we are stories with stories pouring through us in the shape of hearts and the sound of tears and blood. Night wind slips into the folds of dawn, in love with its own hush. Origami clouds sail through my reflection. Love reveals her face, even in sorrow, even in joy. Love dances in her gown of sky and pours down my window. Tears write themselves, gems on the glass, reflect the morning as it unfolds into day. Fingers lightly caress the keyboard like lovers dancing, a love song birthed from and into a river of tears. Every word is the first and last kiss of life touching itself. Sublime heartache of life, of love, where is the separation? Only in these lines does love emerge. Moon sails into this poem, every letter a piece of reflected light, scattering diamonds on the garden pond, skimming unfathomable depths, falling from unknowable heights. Love's echo is on fire, burning through the hole in your heart. She whispers your name, and you cannot find yourself. Dancing in the dark, moonlight on the water, fire and wet your blood, heart bleeding with all this love that has no name, nor number, nor place, nor time, nor costume, only the spinning mirage that we are, falling into each other, disappearing into love's silent song. A kiss without sighs, losing ourselves, and finding ourselves in this touch, this dance, this ballet of light and shadow, enunciating our names, every word a world, every letter a poem. A shooting star, love burns itself. There is no ground to reach, nor sky to fall through, nor heart that requires filling or emptying. Love flows through itself, an ocean without sky, or rocky bottom, or sandy beach. Who walks the distant shore, calling your name? Who waits for your response? It is only echoes blooming and receding. The tides are not contained in these scattered shells, yet you can hear love sing your name as the words disappear into soundless echoes, rippling through this ocean of love. It is this unknowing you long for, but it cannot be known. You are these very words dissolving into themselves. This thinglessness is obvious, but it cannot be seen or found or touched or held or known. This is the oneness that you vaguely remember and long for, but it has never gone away. As it is not an it or thing, it has no measurement, no time nor dimension. All measurement is made up. All division is learned. Before there were words, before there was a before, there was no knowing, there were no things. A web of thought has seemingly divided pure space that has no space. Words have seemingly created things out of a void that has no emptiness or fullness. Echoes without a source, voices that cannot be recalled, a light in your nighttime dream. Colors in the daytime dream swirl and explode into shapes, ghostly echoes that are known only with memory. We are memories of love's echo, resounding across a canyon of echoes, lost in their own sound, a chorus of one, of two, of many, of none. Without thought, there are no things, not even names for ourselves. Without a running commentary, we have no story. There is no one to have a story. I love that I am a story. A fairy tale of love, finding herself in the storybook of love. I am pages of a watercolored dream book, dissolving into the ocean of love. Beyond sky, sky without sky. Beyond freedom, freedom without freedom. Beyond space, space without space. Beyond, beyond, emptiness without emptiness. Without here, without there, without time or direction, nor never, or forever, or now. It's not like life is going on without a you, like the clock ticks or the dog barks, but with no you. Life neither moves or is still. It's all story. Dogs, barking, clocks, ticking, you, me, love. What are words when all love letters have been returned unopened? The lines and squiggles faded into constellations, reflecting on the waves, crashing. Indecipherable calligraphy strewn like seaweed on the beach, where I waited for my own echo to return, where I wondered if I would ever find the love I longed for, and bathed in this longing. Ocean sang her lullaby as I rested in love's unfathomable arms, when the sea crashed into sky and the horizon untied itself. There was no safe harbor, nor shore to reach. All the knots unraveled as time reached the end of its own timeline. I was a slip knot of water in water, a snapshot of wind made of wind. Pages of empty shadows bloomed and wilted. Colors slid off the mirror, shattering this illusion of infinite reflections without a source. Echoes had no sound nor singer. The symphony had no conductor nor music. Light faded into light. The death of all tomorrows erased the dream of yesterday. An arrow of love's heart magic eviscerated all ideas of love. What is this love without love? What is the sea without waves, without drops, without wetness? All these love letters are never sent or answered. Yet my heart knows the songs, listens to the echoes, recognizes the love that has no words, that has no heart to hold it. Cast upon a liquid love dream, words are the ripples, poems are the waves crashing on a shoreless sea. Limb by limb the tree is climbed, your body is eaten when you find no sky to reach, no top or bottom, nothing on which to stand, no feet to walk, no voice to sing. The scaffolding collapses. It was only a lover's dream that there was another place to be, a kiss that was waiting, an emptiness that could be filled. Your very nakedness unravels, this cloak of emptiness dissolves. You find this river of tears led nowhere. It is layers of transparency sliding through fluid, empty spaciousness without space, or light, or emptiness. How can I walk when there is no one walking? How can I dance when there is no music, nor dance floor, nor anyone to dance? How can I love when there is no one to give love or receive it? I do not know or care how this lover's dream appears. Knowing always that there are no sides, I constantly fall through them and dissolve into you. Dawn erases my reflection in the window. Time lost her shadow in this immeasurable vastness. Empty eyes, empty echoes, emptiness without sound or silence or emptiness. Life dreams itself. Colors bloom and play. Golden finches and pearl gray doves swoop down onto the feeders. Pale pink clouds fade into sky. Wind leaves no footprint on the frozen pond. Ocean of love pours through itself, through our fingers, our mouths, our lips, our hearts, writing our love songs in a twisting, twining melody of unfathomable beauty. This unutterable mystery sings itself. Echoes of wind swirl leftover leaves, winter trees sing, poems bloom and wilt, golden petals, love letters in the wind. Sky flowers fall into sky. Inside, outside, your heart has no song but the song that sings it. Inside, outside, love has no words. It is all words. Inside, outside, there is no distance, no river to cross, nor mirror to break into infinite reflections. Love blooms into love, falls into love with love. Pale moon, song of down, flowering, dry cheeks forever wet with tears. Leftover darkness blooms, fades. Wind gathers petals of moonlight on the garden path, scattering reflected light in my eyes. I am echoes of moonlight breathing. Isn't it amazing how the dream paints itself? Light and dark and colors and shapes and movement seem to appear. The dream dreams itself, and when it sings itself seemingly through these lips, the songs appear to ricochet across the Grand Canyon of love, and although it is only echoes of echoes blooming, it paints people listening and hearts yearning to feel the love they seem to think is coming from a you. But there are never really echoes, or a source, or love. Yet love is the only word that seems to come close, tender and fierce, sublime melancholy, this impossible emptiness and fullness and unutterable beauty of love, beyond any ideas of love, beyond any ideas of beyond, and including all ideas. Ideas are ideas. Illusion is illusion. We are this illusion, this lover's dance, light swooning through light, space falling through space, edgeless ocean of love pouring through itself, without movement or non-movement, without time or timelessness. There are no things nor non-things, yet the ocean of love sings itself just like this. Sound of midnight, flowers blooming, moonlight floods and washes away acres of sky, of earth, of sea, your empty heart. Echoes not sung nor heard dissolve. This wakeless dream shimmers in its own reflection. No eyes to be empty, no heart to be full, no love to be found or lost. No one to walk the empty beaches or watch the moonlight shimmer just so. Come hold my hand, and we will walk together and admire the sumptuousness of unknowing, this sensuous lostness of endless sea falling, falling, falling into sky, as we soar into and through each other in this lover's dream. Darkness melts into dawn, sky flowers weep, ideas of rain drown in morning showers. A sensuous lostness paints the dream of unknowing with a caress of unutterable softness. Love's exquisite fire. Hearts on fire, flowers burning, this dream of love bleeds into its own colors, abandoned, suspended in moonlight, washed of all substance. There are no reds or oranges, nor heat to burn in love's magnificent fire. Without letters there are no edges. Transparency has no layers to weave into patterns and catch the flowing, blooming and erasing itself. Summer slides into winter. Leftover rainbows are pummeled by wind. There are no colors left to paint your heart. Love lost, love found, slides into pools of reflections. Memory has cast your story into endless seas. Watercolor echoes pour your heart into sky, shimmering the vastness, without hands, without eyes. Skimming, shimmering iridescence cannot hold or see itself. Ships have no wheel or rudder, nor surface to skim on. Dream slides into dream. Light and dark erase each other in this very kiss. Tears leave no footprints, nothing does not hide. This dance of love's sublime sorrow cascades through its own fire. Through the wetness of our eyes, love blooms and recedes. We are this boundless ocean where love flows through love. Love burns even herself in her own exquisite fire. Love has no hands to hold you, no arms to embrace you. She has no voice to sing, nor ears to listen to her song. She is these very words, spilling down the street, reflecting a million tears. Galaxies of raindrops seem to catch the morning, sliding down the window. I can see my reflection hovering in the rain. Love requires no heart in which to dwell, as she spins her magic carpet with tales of madness and tales of sorrow, unraveling like all love letters into swirls and squiggles, a sumptuous calligraphy penned with disappearing ink, bleeding into all words, all songs, all hearts. She is a song without words, or melodies, or silence. She neither moves nor is still. She has no light nor shadow, but arises in this very touch, where two-ness slides into oneness, and oneness falls into two-ness. This kiss that cannot be kissed with words, that cannot be sung, kisses itself.